So it's Monday. I do need to contact family that are in lines of actually working already. They kindly give me and address to me appropriately on giving me the chance to see in a real clinical setting. Uh, just follow the blogs and see how my interactions go. I'm pretty confident on how I hold myself professionally, but there still could be lines of where they feel inappropriateness about how I interact. Since it's an exam format, I don't think there's too much guidance in this area, but I'm at least hoping to hear from them in terms of understanding uh, how they are hoping to do this. I expect to go to the GP more than just doing when you do shadowing before you get into med school, since the accessibility of being able to touch patients in an educational setting is very different from when you grew up before you're given you're in med school. Normally, they just task you to sit down and listen. But in certain cases, actually, it will vary. But like, I don't think they force expectation. It really depends who you're with. I guess when my experience of like before shadowing and telling them I'm a doctor, they are less keen about letting me do things or interactions, because that would be part of your CV buildups as well, right? You try to find something in related to clinical settings to build up your profile for writing your CV or UCAS personal statement. I don't think my personal statement was overly emphasis, because like when you apply to the UK, they put you into a system, and if you go to your college, call your college to look into these things, which I kind of like did late on figuring it out. You know that if you don't hit that minimum requirement for the minimum UK CAT score, they filter you on your system even if your other sections aren't too good. This is why it's very important to like check in terms of your projection on figure out with what you have, what med schools should you appropriately apply for in your top 5 options if you're going this direction, right? Um, for most people, it is quite good. I'm just an exceptional circumstance for my circumstances, and there are that might get a bit of a free pass, but I'm not there to kind of push them in that put my words into an environment and new place that I'm not really understanding. At the very least, I can only comment my trajectory, which has been through exams and meeting requirements, and having tried but not succeeding in England, and reaching out in opportunities when I had to go from a branching point, deciding whether it was going to be pharmacy or was it going to be uh, luckily med school through the CEO application when I did apply for UCD, which was for the GAM set. It's just, there are still people who may still have some a decent emotional attachments in this journey path, or at least I hope so. In a sense, I kind of mixed feeling about certain things as well, because this wasn't particularly easy, and it was a lot of costly money to reach that kind of stage regardless. So I want to be able to put that into practice regardless of external implications. This blog is just to kind of talk it through rather than say, but I guess I overlapped just talking about the difficulty of meeting with competition when you're trying to apply for med schools, since I am overlapping with talking about entrance for the next part of the residency training, which requires me to like find form of practice. And how does it differ from like shadowing before you've done it, and the is there more application and expectations that I do so? I am hoping that they're gonna let me do more stuff because I am a graduate now. Meaning, like, I would like to see if my relative will allow me to start taking histories on independently and have a look at it and where he takes a stance of if he thinks my clinical assessment judgment on this patient is correct in the direction, along with his management. Maybe kind of like a short case, long case format, whatso. But essentially, we'll see. It could be very focused. It could be not necessarily. But sorry, it does cross a lot of like trying to say it's just like how are you going to prepare for this? Well, this is gonna be inevitable with the current vlog progression, right? Was where I'm putting my focus on at this point on a assessment basis, and there'll be updates later on these vlogs on my ambitious creative aspects on things that's relevant with guided permission if I ever involved anybody in a manner that may kind of uh, like impose on themselves in a way if they're not too comfortable. But because I feel pretty confident in lines of professionalism, I know how to address this in an appropriate way in a control setting for my um, uh, public release on the materials. All right, that's it for this vlog. See you tomorrow. Maybe you can update you how I've gone in terms of progress of how things are going for me. And I'm pretty confident that I'll get some practice in. Ciao. Update also on an error on this technicality basis. There's no point if you don't meet that requirement because we put you in the system to overfocus on the other parts. So your other parts can be really good. Now, they could not be too good. So your personal statement for CV, doing too many requirements for your minimum requirement for A levels for academic progress. There's no point. You need to meet the requirement. They don't actually give you better special treatment. Maybe to some cases, it looks good if you can do it. If you can't do it, they don't care. They'll just look at your whoever has the minimum requirements, and you're out. So that's where I want to project. It's just like knowing that you're preparing appropriately for the standards of the college that you are interested in. If you want to go this route, because the requirements are usually for med school or any high professional college are they have high standards usually. Canada is very hard, in my opinion. So I didn't even consider this option when I was here. It was later when we got a bit more progression in my own life academically. So. Hey everyone, thank you for putting the effort to watch the effort I placed on making something of an entertaining video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, it's not forced, but like I really would appreciate any contribution and support you give to this channel, as it gives me more motivation and more incentive to enjoy more video creating and content creation. If you find that the content's drifts away at any point, you can always unsubscribe. It's no big deal. Again, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't take much from you, but it means a whole bunch of me. And it would feel great if you would just reward my efforts of trying to be, positive and contributionary. Thank you so much. Bye.